It all started as a joke. At least, that's what you thought. If you playful winks from Kaminari, extra enthusiasm from Kiri, a teasing remark from Sero, and a newfound protectiveness from Mina. But as time went on, you started to notice something. Like how Bakugou made sure to sit next to you in the common room, scowling at anyone who tried to take his spot, or how Kirishima suddenly became way too invested in being your sparring partner, grinning at every excuse to grab your hand and correct your form. Kaminari, ever the flirt, started making it his personal mission to make you laugh. Sero found ways to casually drape an arm around your shoulder or playfully tug at your sleeve, always finding excuses to touch you. And Mina, well, she took every opportunity to shower you with compliments, calling you cute, cool, and sweet, and everything in between. At first, you thought it was just them being their usual chaotic selves, but when things got intense, you realized it wasn't. Number 1. Bakugo, the overprotective one. Bakugo had always been aggressive, but he was now aggressive for you. If anyone looked at you wrong, they'd get a death glare or so evil that it could melt steel. One afternoon, you were heading back from training when a second year accidentally bumped into you. Before you could even respond, Bakugo was in front of you, his red eyes burning with fury. "The hell you think you're doing, extra?" he barked. The poor student had stammered off, writing an apology while they ran. Clearly terrified, you sighed, nudging Bakugo in the ribs. "Relax, dude. I can handle myself." He scoffed. "Doesn't mean I gotta let these idiots mess with you," he murmured, crossing his arms. "You're mine. You're my friend. I ain't gonna let anybody mess with my squad." You raised an eyebrow but didn't push further. If there was one thing you knew, it was that pushing Bakugo to talk about his feelings was like poking a sleeping dragon. Number 2. Kirishima, the sweetheart. Now, Kirishima was different. He wasn't subtle at all, actually. "Hey, Wan, check this out." You turned just in time to see Kirishima flexing his muscles dramatically. You laughed, shaking your head. Yeah, we get it, Kiri. You're very manly." "I just wanted to make sure you noticed," he said, rubbing the back of his neck sheepishly. You like strong guys, right?" You blinked. Yeah, sure." His grin seemed to widen. "Awesome, because, I've been working out extra hard lately." He flexed again, you rolled your eyes. Now your smile lingered, and Kirishima was so earnest it was hard not to find it endearing. Number 3. Kaminari, the flirt. If Kirishima was straightforward, Kaminari was relentless. "Hey, YN," he said, popping down beside you one evening. "Want to hear a pickup line?" You sighed playfully. Do I have a choice?" "Nope. Okay, here it goes. Are you my villain? 'Cause you've stolen my heart." You groaned, but your smile betrayed you. "Oh my god, Cammy, that was terrible." "But did it work?" He wiggled his eyebrows. You nudged him away, laughing. Keep trying. Maybe one day we'll come up with a good one." "Ouch, my pride," he said, clutching his chest dramatically. "Guess I'll just have to win you over with my devastating charm instead." Number 4. Sero, the smooth operator. Sero wasn't loud like the others, but he had his own way of getting your attention. "Hey, YN," he called out, stretching lazily on the couch. "Come here for a sec." You walked over, only for him to casually loop his tape around you and tug you down beside him. "Oh, whoa, hey," he grinned. "Oops, looks like you're stuck here now." You raised an eyebrow. "Sero, Relax, just an excuse to get you closer," he said with a wink. Your face warmed up and you quickly freed yourself, but the spark on his face told you he knew exactly what he was doing. Number 5. Mina, the affectionate one. Mina was all about physical affection. "YN," she sung, wrapping her arms around you from behind. "You're so huggable, did you know that?" You chuckled. "I do now." She pulled back, grinning. "You should let me do your hair. Oh, wait, let's match outfits. What if we..." She launched into a list of coupley activities that made your head spin. Mina, are you trying to date me or adopt me?" You teased. She gasped dramatically. "Why not both?" You laughed. It was ridiculous. The breaking point. But it all came to a head one evening when the entire squad gathered in the common room. You were sandwiched between Bakugo and Kirishima while Kami, Sero, and Mina sat across from you. So, Sero began, I think it's time we address the elephant in the room. You frowned. The elephant? What elephant? And maybe the fact that we're all really into you. Kaminari said bluntly. You choked in your drink. What? Mina nodded. Yeah, girl, we all have a thing for you. Kirishima scratched his cheek, looking a bit sheepish. Yeah, it's kinda true. Bakugo scowled but didn't deny it. You looked round at their faces, your heart racing. You guys, what am I supposed to do with this information? Kaminari grinned. Well, you could pick one of us. You stared at them, feeling a mix of shock, amusement, and maybe a tiny bit of panic. And if I don't? Mina shrugged. Then we'll just keep competing for your attention till you do. You groaned, covering your face. Oh, you guys are impossible. But you love us, Kirishima said, nudging you playfully. You sighed, shaking your head. Yeah, I guess I do. The days following the Bakusquad's confession were chaotic, to say the least. You had gone from being a normal part of their friend group to being the center of an all-out competition. Everything became a battle. Who got to sit next to you at lunch, a heated rock, paper, scissors match on who got to be your sparring partner, a full-blown foot race to the training grounds, who got to walk you back to your dorm, a never-ending fight of I called first. And at first you thought they were joking, this was all just a big prank and they'd get bored of competing for your attention and things would go back to normal. But if anything, they just got worse. Bakugo really didn't change his approach much. He was still overprotective, still glaring at anyone who dared to look in your direction, but now it was almost possessive. Oi, he grunted one afternoon, tossing a protein bar at you after training. Eat. You caught it blinking. Oh, thanks? You looked tired, he muttered, rubbing the back of his neck. Can't have you passing out or whatever. It was sweet in a gruff Bakugo way. Before you could even thank him properly, Kirishima snatched the bar from your hands. Hey, Ryan, if you need a stack, I'll get them one. Kirishima said, handing you another bar, one with a little heart drawn on the wrapper. Bakugo growled. The hell is that supposed to be? A friendly gesture, Kirishima said, grinning. Chill, man. You sighed. Number 2, Kirishima. Now, if Bakugo was overprotective, Kirishima was devoted. He made sure that everything you needed was there, whether it was snacks, water, or a shoulder to lean on after training. But he got competitive. Really, really competitive. One day, Kaminari offered you his hoodie because you were cold. Here, Ryan, take mine, Kaminari said, pulling it over his head. Before you could even accept it, Kirishima had threw an arm around you and pulled you close. No need, I can warm you up myself. Kaminari gabbed at him. Bro, what? You had to shove Kirishima off before he suffocated in his muscle and warmth. 3. Kaminari. Now, Kaminari wasn't about to let anybody outshine him. If the others were being competitive, he was going to go all in. He upped his flirting to the max, hitting you with pickup lines at every opportunity. When, are you feeling quirk? Because you got me all charged. Oh my god, you groaned. But it wasn't discouraging him. He made it a mission to fluster you, always sneaking winks in and leaning a bit too close, whispering way too many compliments, and honestly, it was starting to work. Number 4, Sero. Sero, on the other hand, played the long game. It wasn't loud or expressive, but he had his own ways of getting your attention, and he was sneaky. Like how he always found a way to casually hold your hand, whether it was to help you guide you up the stairs, or to help you get a chair, or to help you through a crowd, whatever. Or how he'd wrap his tape around your wrist and pull you closer, just to smirk and say, guess you're stuck with me. One time you were about to sit on the couch when Sero suddenly tucked you forward into his lap instead. Whoops, he said, feigning innocence. Guess there's no room. You knew there was plenty of room, but the way he wrapped his arms around you and rested his chin on your shoulder, yeah, you didn't exactly complain. Number 5. Mina. Now, Sero was sneaky, but Mina was shameless. She didn't play around, she openly flirted with you, showered you with affection, and made sure you knew she was a contender. Lan, I had this dream about us last night. You raised an eyebrow. Oh? Yeah, she sighed dramatically. We were on a date, we were holding hands and being adorable, and then I woke up and I realized it wasn't real. You rolled your eyes. Mina? So obviously we have to go on a real date to make up for it, she said, grinning. You opened your mouth to protest, but before you could, Bakugo, who had been very quiet, slammed a hand on the table. That's it, he barked. Everyone turned to look at him. This competition is stupid, he glared at the others. We're all just wasting time trying to one-up each other instead of just letting them fucking choose. Kirishima sighed. He's got a point. Kaminari crossed his arms. I mean, yeah, but it was fun. Sero shrugged. But if Ryan did have to choose, who would it be? They all turned to look at you. You froze. Oh. You were suddenly very warm. At choosing? How could you choose? They were all amazing in their own way. Mina leaned in, smirking. Well, got a favorite? You swallowed. Kirishima gave you a reassuring smile. Oh, you don't have to answer right away, you know. Bakugo grunted. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. That did make you feel a little better. You weren't really ready to choose. Maybe you would develop stronger feelings for one of them over time, or maybe you just like them all too much just to pick one. Kaminari winked. Guess we'll just have to keep fighting for your love while you wait, huh? You groaned, covering your face. Oh my god, you guys are impossible. Mina giggled. Yeah, but you love it. Yeah, you did love it. But who the hell were you gonna choose?